Since my blog is about reviewing music, I'm going to show you how to use Spotify, which is how I find new music to listen to and review. Since I have Spotify Premium, I will also give you some insight on the exclusive features only for Premium members. So, on the home page, which is called Browse on the left sidebar, you can find an overview of new and popular music which has already been put into playlists by Spotify. You can also find podcasts here, charts from all around the world, and you can also choose a playlist based on a certain genre or mood. So for example, if you're going to study and you want some background music, you can go to the focus mood and listen to a playlist that has calm instrumental music for studying. You can also find new releases in this tab. Spotify is partnered with Universal Music Group, so when some artists in that label release music, it will be available 2 weeks early for only premium members. Then under the Discover tab, Spotify is always paying attention to the music you listen to often, so it can recommend new artists and songs you may not have seen yet. So they have two playlists for this. There's Discover Weekly, which is just a whole mishmash of songs from all different genres, or you can go down and specifically listen to a certain genre based on one person that you've listened to before. Spotify also tells you the concerts that are going to be in your area soon, and you can also see a bunch of behind the scenes videos and content that you can watch in this videos tab. Going back to the sidebar, you can click on radio, which is where Spotify just makes playlists based on basically the genre that you're listening to. So for a Jaden Smith playlist, it'll be more hip hop artists that are similar to his style. Or for a Mac Miller playlist, it could have anything from rap to R&B. And then you can also go to genre stations down here, which will just play a bunch of different artists from a certain genre. You can also create new radio stations based on someone that you want to listen to. So if I want to listen to Jake Owen, a country artist, then I can start a new playlist, or you can even choose a song that is by that artist, and it'll curate a playlist that's even more specific. Spotify will also show you in the left sidebar your recently played music. So if you skip past a song that you really like and you want to go back to it, you can find any of that here. So when you go to a song and you press this button right here, this little plus sign, it automatically saves that song to a whole collection of every song you've ever liked. So they're not really separated into different genres or anything. This is just a whole list of everything you've ever liked. But then you can also go to albums. So if you have songs liked by the same artist, then it'll put them in order by the artist and keep them all together. You can also go to artists and look for the specific person. And then under stations, you can actually go to radio and you can follow a station. So I'll go back to Jake Owen and I can press follow. And then under the stations tab, I am able to go down and find Jake Owen right here. There's local files, which are songs that you have saved on your computer. And then there's the videos and podcasts that were also shown in the browse section. But these are podcasts that I've listened to a lot, and I haven't favorited any videos yet, but if I did, then they would show up right here. So one difference that I'll show you now about Spotify Premium and Free is when you're listening to songs. So say I was listening to a radio station, I could choose any song that I want here, and it doesn't matter, they won't restrict me. And with Free, you're able to do that as well, but only on a desktop. So if you were on a phone, you are not able to choose the specific song that you want. You can just play a playlist and you have to listen to it straight through the way that they have it made. You also have a limited amount of skips. So this button right here, if you don't like a song and you want to skip past it, it only lets you do that a certain amount of times, and then it'll restrict you and you have to keep listening to the playlist just how it was made. So moving on, they have a whole section for all your playlists here. So these are some playlists that I've made myself. So when you go to these little buttons right here, you just go to add to this playlist and you can either create a new one or add it to a certain playlist that you've already made. But they also include in this side playlists that have already been made by Spotify that you can just follow. So just like you followed a radio station, I can go to New Music Friday and I can press follow and it'll add New Music Friday into my playlist right here. Now, something that you can do with Premium that you can't do with the free Spotify is you can download your playlists so that you can listen to them when you don't have Wi-Fi or you don't have cell phone service or you just don't want to use up your data. You just go over here and click this download button and it'll save all the music to your device so that when you don't have access to Wi-Fi or data, you're able to still listen to all your music, but you can't do that with the free version. Another interesting feature of Spotify is you can hit these little 3 buttons right here and make it into a collaborative playlist. So the people who are your friends, which I don't have them shown right now, but usually on this sidebar right here, you can show your friends. I think I can go show you how to do that in the settings. Right here, you click show friend activity. Now you can see my friends, and these people can go into my playlist and they can add their own music that they like now. So that's another way to find new music, is from having friends put things that they know you haven't listened to yet into your playlist. You can also go to this filter search bar and click specific people, or search specific people. So if I wanted to listen to just the Mac Miller songs in this playlist, I could search his name. Also, you can listen to, you can go up here and have a private session, so anything you've listened to won't show up on like your friend activity. Nobody can see what you're listening to if you don't want them to. Lastly, with Spotify Premium, you won't encounter any ads during your listening, which you will when you're listening to the free Spotify. So if that doesn't bother you, then you can just keep the free version. But if any of these extra features make you want to get Premium, I think it's really worth it. It's only $5 a month for students, which is a really great deal. And on top of that, they include a Hulu subscription in that $5. You're not paying anything extra if you're a student. And also in the settings, you can see that they show high quality streaming, and that's for Premium only. So I have that turned on. That means that I'm listening to my music in 320 kbps versus 96 to 160 kbps for free Spotify. And that's the highest quality kbps I've seen in any streaming service. On YouTube, they only have 64 to 128 kbps, and they're working on a higher quality, but it still isn't as high as 320, which is really great if you care about listening to very high quality sound. If you set up your Spotify with Facebook, I'll show you, you can find friends by hitting this button here, and it connects to your Facebook, so it'll show everyone else that is connected through Facebook, and you can follow any of these people and listen to their playlists or anything of that nature. Also, if you go to the search and you wanted a specific type of music, so if I want 2000s hip hop, I can search that, and someone has already created that playlist, and it's just a random person. It's not even Spotify, and you can just listen to their playlist instead of having to make your own. And they have these playlists for so many types of different music. So those are pretty much the basics on how to use Spotify. I think it's a very amazing platform for finding new music. They have a ton of playlists, as you can see, and different ways to find new music. If you have any more questions about how to use Spotify or the differences between premium and free, you can just leave a comment on this YouTube video down below, and I will try to help you out as best as I can. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.